Hey, Munchkin, thanks for the breakfast. Loved the honey bacon combination. You're my little master chef. Now I've got a boost to keep me going for the rest of the day.
It's just breakfast, Dad. You're so sappy. But I'm glad you liked it.
It was really good, Joy. It's really sweet of you to do all that cooking. But are you sure you aren't overdoing it? You're so busy with school, too.
Not really. It doesn't take that long. Plus, today is some kind of admin day or something, so we got the day off.
That was just today. You usually have school, right? You're a junior this year. I know you're busy with school and studying for your SATs. I just think it's too much of a burden on you to be waking up early to make breakfast.
You worry too much, Dad. My practice test results have been pretty good, and my ACT scores were fine. I think I'll do okay. I have good grades, too, and the guidance counselor told me that counts for a lot.
How many schools are you applying to? Your first choice is University of Rochester, right? And the guidance counselor said you should try for NYU and Cornell? You should go for it.
Well, I really liked University of Rochester when I went there to see the campus. The atmosphere was friendly and open. I could totally see myself there.
All right. You should choose whatever school you think would be the best fit for you. Oh, I meant to ask you, do you want to take SAT prep courses? Tell me if you need anything, okay?
Thanks. I wasn't really thinking about it, but maybe I'll take the prep course my school is offering during winter break.
Then why don't you take some extra Spanish classes at the language school your mom's been going to? I think they have winter courses too. I'm not sure how much it'll count on your applications, but having better Spanish definitely won't hurt any.
Well, maybe I'll just stick to the SAT prep. Spanish can wait.
I guess you're right. You'd better focus on the big test. I'll check around to see if I can find any other winter courses for SAT prep, all right, kiddo? But really, why did you suddenly start cooking?
No reason, really. I'm kind of into cooking lately. It's a fun skill. I watch cooking shows on YouTube and try them out. It's good practice.
You're a smart kid, Joy. I never cooked a thing in my life until I started living on my own. It was tough. The first time I tried, I really regretted not learning anything from my parents. I was completely clueless.
I can only make simple stuff right now, but I'm working on it. Be ready to have your taste buds wowed.
That's great, Joy. Keep it up. But don't push yourself too hard. I love your food, but I can survive off fruit and cereal too. You take care of yourself first, all right?
Okay, Dad, I will.
Hailey, do you have a sec?
Huh? Yeah, sure. You never message me from work. Did something happen?
I don't want to talk at home because Joy might overhear.
You don't want Joy to hear?
You know how Joy started all this cooking a while ago? She says it's no trouble, but it just seems a little much for her to be making breakfast every day. Can't you make it sometimes? A couple of times a week or something would be fine.
Oh, that's what you want to talk about? She's doing it because she wants to. I didn't force her.
I know, but she seems really sleepy all the time lately. Kinda tired and quiet, don't you think? She's not just making breakfast. She's even been cooking lunch sometimes, too.
Ugh. How many years do you think I made breakfast every day? And yeah, I was tired or sleepy too sometimes.
I know. I appreciate that, Hailey. And I said the same thing to Joy. I don't mind getting some takeout once in a while or just eating cereal or something.
Well, why don't you just tell Joy that? Or just tell her you don't want her to make your lunches for a while.
How could I say that to her? I don't want to hurt her feelings. No dad in the world is going to turn down a meal prepared by his own daughter. Besides, I miss the breakfast you used to cook, Hailey.
You eat my cooking for dinner, so what's the problem?
I know, it's just...
Look, I'm not forcing Joy to do anything. She's cooking because she wants to. You know, lots of people enjoy cooking and even consider it a hobby. I think you're being a little dramatic here.
I don't know, Joy just seems kinda blue lately. Is it just me? What do you think?
Maybe she's just tired, like you said. She does have finals coming up, so she's up late studying.
What? Then she really shouldn't be waking up early to cook.
If her marks go down just for cooking breakfast, then they were never going to be that good to begin with. There are plenty of kids with single parents in this world, Steve. Those kids grow up helping out around the house and taking care of themselves. You're just babying Joy. Stop coddling her.
I don't really think that's a fair comparison. Couldn't you make breakfast at least until Joy's finals are over? Now that Joy's been making breakfast, you barely get up in the morning.
Ugh, Steve, just shut up already. So you want me to wake up early to cook for you? You think I'm slacking off because I'm not slaving away in the kitchen all day? I'm not doing all the housework all the time? You're calling me lazy?
No, that's not what I'm saying. You don't need to force yourself to do it if you don't feel up for it. That's fine. But I do help out around the house on the weekends, so I was hoping you could do a little more.
Oh, fine, I'll do it, okay? Get off my back. That's the problem with American men. You really don't know how to appreciate a woman. Taking care of a house and family is a real job, Steve. You don't seem to understand how much work goes into it.
No, Hailey, I know it's a lot of work. I understand that Joy wants to cook too. But when there's important stuff going on in her life, like tests or events, I thought we could both be more supportive of her.
You're totally overreacting. It's just frying some bacon and eggs. It's not rocket science. You talk like I don't do anything around the house.
Hailey, I'm not saying that at all.
It's pretty much the same thing. I'm hurt.
I'm sorry if I made you feel bad.
Really? So, about my birthday 2 weeks from now, can I go stay at a luxury spa resort for 2 nights?
Huh? By yourself?
Yeah. I just want to be on my own, relax, and get pampered. If you really think that being a homemaker is hard work, you'd be fine with it. I want to get away for a bit, you know. When I'm home, there's always things I need to do around the house.
I guess that's fine. But I think Joy would like to celebrate your birthday with you. Of course, I want to celebrate it with you too.
Can't you celebrate with me after I get back from the spa? I'm sorry, but I've just been really on edge lately. Like earlier, I lashed out at you. I'm just stressed out, I think. So I want to get away from the house a bit and clear my head.
I guess I can understand that.
Awesome. Thank you.
But promise me we'll celebrate the 3 of us when you get back, okay?
Of course, I'm looking forward to it.
What do you want to do about the reservation? Did you already choose a place?
I'll take care of it. I've been looking at different websites of places I'm interested in.
Okay, Hailey, you don't have to worry about the budget.
Oh, this might be my best birthday ever. Oh, thank you so much, Steve.
Joy, are you up yet? Did your mom come home last night?
No, she hasn't come home. She hasn't called or texted either.
She didn't answer her cell all day yesterday, and she hasn't come back. It's weird, right? I tried calling her parents and friends, but none of them know where your mother is.
Dad, you've been out looking for her?
Yeah, I couldn't even find a clue as to where she is. Sorry about all this, kiddo.
No, Dad, it's not your fault.
I've talked to Grandma and Grandpa about this already, but I think we need to file a missing persons report. She could be in some sort of trouble. So, do you mind taking the day off school today? I'll call them and let them know the situation.
Dad, I'm sorry. I'll tell you the truth.
What?
Mom left. She wanted to leave. You don't need to file a missing persons report.
What's going on?
I think she left to go be with a man. I saw her walking hand in hand with a man a few months ago. They were obviously more than friends. I asked her about him, and she told me he was her boyfriend.
Huh?
I was going to tell you, but Mom told me it would just make you suffer. She said if I keep my mouth shut, you wouldn't be hurt and nothing would change. I couldn't tell you, Dad. I'm sorry. I knew something like this could happen someday. I'm really sorry.
Is this all true? Your mom's been having an affair?
It's true, Dad. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. Dad? Are you all right?
Sorry, I'm just in shock.
Yeah, I guess it's a lot to take in. I'm really sorry.
You didn't do anything wrong, Joy. You started making breakfast a few months ago, too. Did that have something to do with what was going on with your mom?
Mom said she'd tell you everything if I didn't do the housework. I was doing all the laundry and cleaning too. Oh, and cooking dinner for us.
You're kidding. Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't notice. It must have been really hard on you.
It's okay. I can handle housework. But I felt really bad keeping Mom's secret for her. It was killing me, hiding things from you and knowing what Mom was doing. I know you love us both so much. I didn't want to see you unhappy.
I feel worse about you suffering like that than the affair. I'm sorry you went through that all by yourself. I'm so oblivious. I knew you seemed off. You were kind of quiet and disengaged. I just thought you were tired from waking up early, overworking yourself, making breakfast and lunch.
I was keeping it a secret, Dad. How would you know? Mom would make sure she got home before you, you know. We were careful so you wouldn't find out.
Joy, do you know where your mother is?
I don't know where she is, but I know where the man works.
What? Is he someone we know?
No, but he was Hispanic.
You mean from the Spanish class Hailey's been going to?
Yeah, I checked the school website and his picture was in the teacher's introduction page. I'm sure it was him.
All right, that's plenty of information to go on. I'm going to come home now.
Okay.
Joy, you are my first priority in all of this. We should talk about what's going to happen next. I want you to be honest with me about everything. You could tell me anything. Don't worry about hurting my feelings or causing problems.
All right, Dad. I'll do that. Drive home safe.
What did you do, Steve? Antonio's ghosting me because of you.
What do I care? He dumped you, right?
That's because you threatened him.
I didn't threaten anyone. I just let him know that you were married is all.
Well, that's pretty much the same thing. Antonio and I are getting married. He has to go back to Argentina soon, so I was going to get him to propose before that.
Maybe you were thinking of marriage, but Antonio told me it was just a fling.
Well, maybe I'm just a fling to him now, but he'll get serious about marrying me before he leaves.
Hailey, do you hear what you're saying? You're a married woman. What are you thinking? And taking advantage of Joy's good nature and threatening her into doing housework for months, it is deplorable. You're the one that needed to keep the secret, not her.
Joy is my accomplice, don't forget. She kept deceiving you too.
Joy just didn't want to hurt my feelings. She's nothing like you, you backstabbing psycho. And why did you just disappear without telling me anything? I almost filed a missing persons report with the police.
Because Antonio said he's going to take a trip to Florida. I couldn't resist going with him. You know how it is. I just had to go, no time to prepare.
Then you should have asked me for a divorce first. You're being irresponsible and causing trouble for the people around you. Stop being so selfish.
It's passion that makes life worth living, Steve. Love makes the world go round. I don't want to worry about being sensible. I want to live free and follow my passions. White guys are just dull and cold. You barely show affection or make an effort in the romance department. I am just tired of living like that, okay? I want so much more. I can't change how I feel.
Ugh, fine. But at least be reasonable. You're being reckless and impulsive. You need to think before you act. You weren't acting on your passions when you lived with me for months while you wait for Antonio to propose to you. You're just a cold-hearted schemer.
But that was just... Well, I wasn't that serious about him yet. That's why.
I noticed you withdrew money from our savings account when you left. That money is for your daughter's college and for our futures. You think that's passion? Impulsively taking off with some man with our savings? Stealing from your family?
Stop saying I stole it. That's not fair. If we get divorced, there'll be a settlement, right? I just took some of my share ahead of time. What's the problem? It was sudden, so I didn't have time to discuss it.
I'm telling you, you're being selfish. Don't you see how inconsiderate and immature you're being. But what I can't stand is that you made Joy do all of the housework while you were out having an affair. Oh, I heard your spa vacation was actually a birthday vacation with your lover. Scum of the earth stuff. Really, I can't believe you're such a low-life bimbo. I can't imagine how Joy must have felt on your birthday. Oh, it breaks my heart.
Oh, she's in high school, Steve. She understands the urges a woman feels for a man. The instinctive attraction that consumes you. I'm a woman first, then a wife and mother. I'm just following my passion. Don't you get it? I found something that's more important to me than your joy. I don't need a lecture from you. Just sign the divorce papers and let's get this done.
I'll sign the papers, as long as you promise that the money you stole comes out of your share of the property split.
I don't know. We might need to let the lawyers hammer that one out. Anyway, I'm leaving the country as soon as the divorce is done. I've decided to follow Antonio to Argentina. I'm sure my parents will deal with the rest for me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in. When you went missing, your parents stayed up all night looking for you with me. When they heard about the affair, they said they're through with you. They don't want anything to do with you anymore.
They'll get over it. I'm sure they just need a little time to calm down. It's not like they're going to cut off their only daughter. I'm at my parents' house as we speak. They wouldn't let me stay with them if they planned on disowning me, right?
They're only letting you stay at their house until the divorce is finalized. We don't want you running off again. They told me they'd keep an eye on you for me.
Huh?
You threatened your teenage daughter while you had an affair. I'm not surprised your parents don't want to have anything to do with you.
But I have to go to Argentina. I don't have time for this. Just hurry up and sign the papers then. I don't need any of you.
Yeah, you're in a rush. We get it. Like I said, just agree that the money you took comes out of your half of the divorce settlement, and we're okay. It's only fair that you pay back the money you stole from the savings account, don't you think?
I can't do that. I need this money to go to Argentina. I already spent half of it going to Florida.
Then get a job and pay me back. I'd rather get it in one payment, but I doubt you could get anybody to lend you that kind of money, not even a loan shark.
Can't we talk about money stuff after we get the divorce? I'm sure things are going to change once I get to Argentina. I'll ask Antonio if he can help.
I don't know how he's gonna help you. He's already gone back to Argentina.
What?
He was supposed to work at the language school until the end of next month, but he got fired after I told them about your affair. Sleeping with a student is forbidden in his contract. The language school was very cooperative, and I got quite a generous settlement from them. It turns out your lover has a fiancé back home as well. He didn't want the matter to get bigger and his fiancé to find out, so he just accepted the punishment and went back quietly.
A fiancé? You're lying. You're just a jealous old square.
Am I? He's ghosting you, right? Doesn't that tell you something?
No. It's not true. Tell me you're lying.
I don't care. It's not my problem. I'll come over tomorrow with a lawyer. I'm going to get all of the documents together, so please just be ready to sign everything so I can put this whole mess behind me.
Wait. Steve. I'm sorry. Oh, I can't decide yet.
Huh? You're going to Argentina, right? So hurry up and get the divorce done and go.
What am I supposed to do? Even if I went, I can't get in touch with Antonio. Where would I go?
I just want the divorce done and all the documents signed. That's all I care about. I'll contact you soon, through a lawyer next time.
Wait, do you know Antonio's contact information? Like his address in Argentina? Do you know anything about his flight?
Even if I did, why would I tell you? Find it yourself.
The language school isn't going to tell me anything. I don't have any friends in common with him.
You need to recognize that's the extent of your relationship. You weren't anything special to him. He was just using you. Anyway, Joy and I have nothing to do with your sleazy fling. Leave us out of it.
Joy? What about Joy? What did Joy have to say about all of this? Didn't she object to the divorce?
She says she doesn't want to live with you anymore.
No way. Oh, she's my sweet, sensitive girl. I'm sure she's worried for me.
Not at all. She's obsessed with house hunting right now. She's looking at listings all day, checking floor plans and layouts. She's having a blast. She wants to design her own perfect kitchen.
You're moving?
Yeah, this house is too big for just the two of us.
Well, I'm not giving you custody. You're going to lose Joy if you divorce me. Are you saying you're fine with that?
Oh, you're all over the place, Hailey. Didn't you say you found something more important than us? Besides, Joy's almost 18. It's going to be up to her who gets custody of her. I know mothers usually have the advantage when it comes to custody, but that's just while the child is young.
So you're saying I'm definitely getting divorced?
That's what you wanted, Hailey. Be happy.
Steve, wait. Really? The situation is different now. Please just wait a little bit.
Waiting isn't going to change my decision. We're done. I don't want you coming back to me now that your lover dumped you.
I'm sorry. I'm going to calm down and figure this out, okay? Please, just give me a little time.
Forget it. You could just follow your instincts and live a free, passionate life like you wanted. By yourself. After that, Hailey's parents fiercely berated her and made her sign the divorce papers, despite all the excuses she kept making to put it off. It was decided that she'll stay at her parents' just until she can find a job, and then they're through with her. And I left it at that. Not so astonishingly, not long after Hailey disappeared from her parents' house with a bunch of money that she stole from their safe. Apparently, she left to go searching for her lover in Argentina. Of course, unable to speak Spanish, she wasn't able to locate Antonio in Argentina. And then she was deported back to the US after she overstayed her visa. Her parents were done with her at this point and didn't go to pick her up at the airport. I was contacted as well, but didn't go either, of course. She is back in the country, but with no ties left to her parents or her child. Nobody knows where she is or what she is doing. I don't know where she's followed her instincts and passions to this time, but I'm glad I have impulse control and common sense. I've moved into a new house with my daughter, and we're doing great, supporting each other and spending time together. Joy does seem much happier lately, and I feel a sense of relief knowing she's feeling better. But it still haunts me that she suffered in silence for months, keeping Hailey's secret for my sake. I have a sweet, caring daughter, and I'm going to prioritize her above all from now on. After such deceit and betrayal, I hope to show her true, unconditional love for the rest of her life.
Thank you for watching. Please follow and subscribe.
Maddie, I just received the plans you sent to my email, but when I opened the file, there was an incomplete floor plan in here that just isn't related to our project.
Oh, I'm really sorry about that. I must have dragged the wrong file into the email. I'll send you the correct floor plans right away.
I know I'm just your coworker, but if you had sent this to one of our clients or something, we'd be in real trouble. The one you just sent isn't something that's supposed to go public yet. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry about that again.
Next time, make sure to double-check all of your attached files so that mishaps like this don't happen again. If it were to happen, I don't want to have to deal with all that paperwork.
Alright, I'll make sure to be more careful.
Your floor plans are always fantastic, but even one mistake like that can put you out of a job real quick. For this week, just make sure that you focus hard on this work.
Alright.
You wouldn't want to mess something up and put our whole company in jeopardy, right? And actually, recently I feel that besides the plans you draw up, you've been making small mistakes here and there quite frequently. It's been over 3 months now since you joined this company, right?
Actually, 4 months.
Fine, 4 months then. Still, you should be over this hump of starting a new job, right?
I should be, shouldn't I?
I guess I shouldn't forget that this is your first full-time job as well. I remember my first time having a job, and the first few months were pretty rough for me as well. So, of course, having that much anxiety can cause mistakes like this to happen more frequently.
Yeah, I'll make sure to relax a bit more and take it easy.
Thank you, and thanks for your hard work and staying behind till late today. Make sure you don't stay any later than an hour or two, okay?
Okay, by the way, I just sent you the new email.
Thank you. Just give me 1 second.
Sure.
I'll take a closer look at it here soon, but for today, you're all done with your work, right? You should start heading home while it's still bright outside.
Thank you for doing that. I'll start getting my things together.
And make sure you get home and into bed soon. If not, and you stay out late all the time, your productivity at work will begin to fall.
And I'll make sure not to stay out too late tonight. By the way, you're already home now, aren't you? I'm sorry for making you work while being at home when you should be relaxing too. And it's late too, sorry about that.
I don't mind having to get a little extra work done before bed. And for the last few weeks, I've been out of the office hanging out, spending time with my family anyway.
I heard that you're married, right?
Well, yeah. And I have a 5-year-old daughter here with me as well.
Good evening, Maddie, is it? This is Emily, Greg's wife. Wait, really? Am I really talking to Greg's wife? That's right. Oh, okay. Well, nice to meet you over text, I guess. I'm Maddie, and I joined Greg's office most recently. My husband has been on the phone texting for a while now, so I was getting worried he was seeing another woman. But it looks like you two have just been talking about work, huh? Oh my gosh, yes. All about work. I'm really sorry for texting him so late in the evening. I made a hiccup at work, and Greg was just letting me know that I needed to sort it out before going back home. No, you don't have to be sorry, as I'm the one who intruded on your work. My husband got to come home, but he made you stay late to work, huh? Sorry about that. Well, that's just because I'm still a bit slow at work. So I hope you don't mind me texting him about work so much. Do you think that my husband can be a little too strict at times, though? Are you both doing okay? Anytime I look at his work phone, he always seems to so strict with you guys. But he sure is serious about his work, huh? I'm also really thankful for the way he was able to allow me to work with him even though I'm such a novice. So I'm truly happy to be working with him. You are one hell of a good apple then, huh? Well, I'm also happy that he has you working for him, so thanks.
I'm sorry about my wife. She didn't mean to interrupt here. She snatched my phone from me again.
Well, I'm glad I got to chat with her for a bit. Your wife is a very bright and happy person, isn't she?
She sure is. Sorry again for that, though.
Don't worry, I was just a bit surprised is all.
Yeah, I don't know why she likes to do that. I even told her that I was just texting one of my employees, yet she still takes my phone like that. I hope you'll forget about what just happened there.
But she isn't a bad person or anything, and it was actually kind of fun talking to her. If your wife is happy, that must mean your house is all sorts of fun.
Well, sometimes a bit too much fun. She's always excited and keen to go out and explore new things all the time. A bit too much for me, really.
Ah, okay. Well, she still seems nice.
Yep, she takes it from her grandmother. Both her grandparents have actually moved to the US from Vietnam a while back and have been immigrants here. So everything was exciting for them, and their entire family always loves to go out and explore all the time. New theme parks, new restaurants. Every day is like a freaking vacation to them. But anyway, I think that today my wife had a call with them and is thinking of going to see them back in Vietnam. So there's gonna be peace and quiet here for a bit.
So you have a pretty cool family, huh?
Yeah, you could say that. And I think she's thinking of taking our daughter with her to go see them as well, actually.
Just your wife and daughter then?
Well, I'm just a bit too busy with work and can't get any days off, so I'll be staying behind. Might be a little lonely not seeing the both of them, actually.
But it should only be for a couple of days, right? Will you really get that lonely?
Oh, I guess it'll be fine. So anyway, I won't keep you here. If we keep having talks that don't pertain to work, my wife might have a good reason to get suspicious of me. So I'm gonna start taking a further look at the floor plans you sent me.
Thank you, and I'm sorry for taking up your personal time. Good luck and see you at the office tomorrow.
Good work today, Maddie. Are you still out working with one of our clients?
You too, Greg. No, actually, I just finished my work just now.
Just now? So it really took a lot of time today, huh? You left the office to go see the clients at around 5 p.m. today, right?
Well, it took me a bit of time to find their office, and then we've been spending a lot of time into figuring out just the right details for the floor plans for me to make. And now that it's past 8, I'm just starting to pack up to leave, actually. Also, these clients really love to talk a lot, so yeah.
Last week, you were working with them till pretty late as well, if I remember that correctly. Have you even gone with them through their whole business?
Yeah, I have.
Then you should have just headed home from their office instead of going back to the office.
Yeah, I'll do that next time then. Actually, today I was so hungry and I just didn't have the time or energy to go back home to eat. I just wanted to stop by at the cafe near our office to get a bite to eat there first anyway, so it's fine.
Ah, okay. Then you really should get heading home now, huh? You mean the cafe that's close to the mall, right? There's a really tasty hamburger joint there that I'm sure you'll love. They're open until midnight, and they also serve a really good chilled beer. You should check it out if you still want something to eat.
Oh, really? Sounds good, actually.
There's also a couple other really nice bars and restaurants there to pick and choose from. Tomorrow's Saturday, right? So no work for you. Go on, it's perfect for you to stay out a little and grab something to eat.
Craig, you really know how to make someone's day, don't you?
Well, I know a lot about that area because a friend of mine lives around there. I often go over there with my wife as well to eat. She loves it, so I'm sure you will too. I can recommend other good places for you too, if you want.
Well, is there an Italian place around here? I'm actually feeling like drinking a few glasses of wine and taking it easy for the night.
There's this place that runs as a cafe during the day and a bar at night right near the highway. And the menu they have for the night is pretty decent with great pasta and pizzas.
Wow, a cafe in the day and a bar at night? Such a great idea for a place. Sounds like it'll be pretty good right now, actually.
Actually, my wife likes it there a lot and will often go by herself to drink wine and socialize there. She says the place is pretty happening. So I think you'd be able to get in there easily right now. If not at least a little wait.
That place sounds great.
I forgot the exact name of the place, so I'll look it up and send the link to you. So check it out.
Thank you so much for doing that. I'm excited to drink some wine after a long week.
Just make sure not to drink too much, okay? Remember, everything in moderation. Alright, well, thanks for staying out late and getting your work done again. Good job. Be careful on your way home.
Thanks. Have a good night, Greg.
Hey, Maddie, what did you just send me? What is this text saying that you want to meet Papa? What are you thinking calling one of your higher-ups Papa? Is this a joke? Are you drunk right now?
Oh, I'm really sorry. Oh my god, and no, I'm not drunk right now. That text was from your daughter, who I'm watching over right now.
What?
She was all alone out on the streets.
My daughter's with you right now? Where the heck is my wife? What's going on?
Yeah, don't worry, she's safe with me. I'm with her now.
But she should be in Vietnam with my wife right now. What the heck are you talking about?
Well, actually, I don't really know what's going on either, but when I found her on the streets all by herself, I had to take her with me. So she wasn't afraid to come with me or anything either.
Are you sure it isn't someone else's kid? I mean, you've never even seen my daughter before.
Your daughter's name's Molly, right?
Yeah, but what the heck?
She told me that last weekend the two of you went picking strawberries together, and when you guys were walking out of the greenhouse, you tripped and spilled all the strawberries that you two picked. Is that true? Did that happen?
Well, that did happen to me, yes.
So then this really is your daughter. When I found her, she was sitting on one of the benches opposite the clothing shop with her head down looking upset. And when I walked up to her, she was holding a pen that had our company's logo on it.
I gave that to her recently. Oh my god.
Right? And I'm not sure I know too many kids named Molly. And when we first started talking, she was telling me about this trip she was supposed to go on with her mom.
Then what the heck is my daughter doing all the way over there?
Well, before we start going into that, could you come meet us over here?
I'm gonna call for a taxi right now. I just finished drinking a few beers and I don't think I should drive. Can you both wait a little bit?
Sounds good. Molly just told me that she said on the day she was going to the airport with her mom, they never ended up actually going there.
What? Then where did they go?
She said that her mom went to one of her friend's house. She said that her friend turned out to be a man.
A man? What the heck?
And when they arrived at that friend's house, he was upset because he didn't think she'd be bringing a little girl along, and apparently he kicked her out of the house and went somewhere together.
What? And they left her there?
Guess so. I'm not sure either.
Did Molly say where the two of them went off to?
No, I don't. Maybe they went to Vietnam? Do you think that's a possibility? Did your wife ever tell you about going there with one of her friends as well?
Well, she never brought anything up about a third person, just that it'd be the two of them going. So you think that meant her and this guy, not Molly? Oh, that's insane.
Oh, then it seems just before she left her daughter at the house, she stopped saying anything else to her. Of course, Molly stayed at the house for a little while, but soon couldn't wait any longer and ran out of the house looking for you guys. And that's when I ran into her, sitting on the bench outside the store.
But it's been 3 days since they left the house. She left her in that house all by herself for 3 days?
That's what it looks like. That's why she had to leave that house, you know. I'd be even more surprised if a 5-year-old could make it that long inside all by herself like that.
And how is Molly doing right now? She's not hurt or anything, right?
I think she's all right. Her mom left her with some food to eat for those few days that she was there, but I think it was mainly candy and sweets.
Oh my god, what the actual frick? Oh, tell me she's okay.
Yeah, considering all of this, she looks fine and normal to me, so don't worry. It sounds like the house she ran away from isn't too far from where we are now either. Do you have any idea of who the man was that your wife is with? Do you know anything?
No clue. Actually, my wife has a ton of friends, but most of them are women.
Well, I've been thinking about this a bit, and I think for your sake, this man is probably not as much of a friend to her as he is something else, if you get what I mean. I mean, she kept him a secret from you when she went to meet him?
Well, that's very true. Well, I think I know someone that this man might be. Where you found Molly, was that over by the mall I told you about? I think it's that friend of mine I was telling you lived over there earlier. He actually started to become good friends with my wife as well.
He went with her, you think?
I don't want to believe it, but his house is close to you both. Well, for the time being, I'll ride this taxi over to you guys. It'll take me about 15 minutes to get over to where you're at. Maybe go find somewhere warm to wait for me at.
Okay, but at the moment we're looking for somewhere nice and warm to go to.
Okay, well, let me know where you are once you've settled in.
Okay, will do.
Thank you so much, Maddie, and I'll be there soon. So, how was it? Did you have fun in Vietnam?
Yeah, it was so much fun. Molly's having a ton of fun as well. I'm so glad she came along with me.
Oh, is that so? Because Molly is sleeping on my lap right now.
What? Really? No way, she's with me.
So I'm starting to wonder who that person is with you that you keep calling Molly. But I heard from this Molly that you left her here to go on a trip with another man.
Oh my god, no. Why do you know all about that?
Because the person that found and watched Molly for me told me all about this.
Who found her? Who are you talking about? There must be some kind of mistake here.
Well, I'm here to ask all the questions right now, actually. And right now, the person who helped me find Molly is sitting right next to me too. So I'll hand the phone to her and you can speak to her.
How's it going, Emily? This is Maddie.
Maddie? Wait, you work with my husband, right?
That's right. After I finished work and went out for a couple of drinks, I found your daughter sitting on a bench outside a clothes shop near the mall. So I made sure to call Greg right away.
Oh my god, well, thanks for helping our daughter out. I'd better get going now then.
No, you hold it right there now. I know this isn't my problem to meddle with, but since I was the one who found your daughter being abandoned, I think I have a right to interfere here.
Exactly, so stay out of it.
No! You're a terrible mother, and Greg is a great father, I'm sure, so I won't have it. I won't have Molly being treated like this. She's a great girl, too.
What? How can you say that? You don't even know them.
Well, the fact that you also lied to your husband is pretty bad, too. But leaving your own kid at the house of a man who you're having an affair with is just on a different level. Who does that? How can anyone do that?
Okay, well, whatever you're thinking now, whatever ideas you've got in your head, forget it, okay? I am not having an affair. You know nothing about me, so shut up.
Well, if I didn't find Molly, then what might have happened to her, huh? Would you just like to forget about your daughter and run off with that new man of yours?
None of this has anything to do with you. People that have no idea what's going on should stay out of this.
Instead of leaving your daughter at someone else's house all alone, you should have just left her with Greg. Are you an idiot or something?
Well, my husband was the one that wanted me to bring her with me since she's not in school right now. He said he'd be busy with work every day and he wasn't going to be home until late in the evening. He was the one who told me to take her with me to Vietnam, okay? See, you don't know anything.
So you just left her at your lover's home instead when you decided you didn't want to take her with you? How pathetic. You're disgusting. And did Greg pay for the both of your trips too? I know that he told me he was paying for Molly's ticket, so did he end up paying for his too?
That's none of your business. Why did that idiot have to run out of his house like that? He could have gotten away with all of this if she would have just stayed still.
The fact that you're still trying to make this all seem like it's okay to do is unbelievable. You never actually had a chance of pulling this trip off, Em. Do you really think a child her age would keep her mouth shut about this?
5-year-old should be able to listen and do as I say.
Well, you can't blame her then for doing all this when you were the imbecile trying to trust your affair with a 5-year-old. So I don't want to hear any more about how Molly should have kept quiet. The whole plan you made was riddled with flaws from the beginning, yet you thought you could make it out of this?
Shut the hell up, you dog!
The man that you went out with must have really enjoyed using an idiot like you, huh? All he had to do was say he wanted to love you, but instead probably just use you to get a free vacation.
There is no way that he would think of me as just a tool.
Well, that's the only type of men you'd seem to attract these days. Just for a little play and then to be tossed away.
We're not in that sort of shallow relationship. We've been together for over 10 years now, and there's no way you'd know about how the two of us fell in love.
Wow, in love, huh? Tell me more about this. I'm curious. So who's the man you've been in love with all this time? Go on, tell me. Spill the beans.
Oh my god, Greg, is that you?
Do you still feel like I don't know the man that you've been with? Having his house be in that part of town, and the fact that you've been so-called friends with him for 10 years makes this pretty obvious. It's him. In other words, you've been sleeping with one of my closest friends, haven't you?
Greg, it's not that, honest.
We're getting divorced.
This doesn't give you a good enough reason to leave me just yet, and this is all Maddie's fault.
I don't think so. In fact, I've got to thank her for all of this. It's because of Maddie that I was able to figure this all out. They always say that in times of crisis, your real friends will be there to help, huh? So as for you, don't even bother returning home.
Wait, will you please just listen to what I have left to say? I feel that the two of us have been distanced for some time now, so please listen to what I think.
That's all in the past now, including you.
It's because of you that I chose to go with your friend, and I know that you've been doing your best for me because you think of me as a good wife, and that's what has kept me going as well. I know that I've cheated on you a few times, but that was all just to get a breath of fresh air for once.
No matter what the reason is, cheating is not okay. Emily, I'm gonna erase you from my life.
Listen to me!
I'm really sorry about all of this, Emily. This is Maddie again.
What the hell have you been doing around my husband all this time? Give him back the phone right now, you dog.
Well, he told me that he no longer wants to talk to his ex-wife anymore. I think when you get back from your vacation, your husband and your daughter will no longer be around to see you.
Tell my husband to get back here, and tell him that I'm coming home right now, so he needs to listen to me.
I don't think he's going to listen to what I have to say about you either. But I do have something to tell you from Greg, so you better listen very closely now.
What do you have to say to me? What is it?
No matter how well of a job you do, when you make a single mistake, it creates a sort of ripple effect in the calm waters. I know that you said you've been trying your best to be a good wife for Greg, but he also loves his daughter and job just as much as he once loved you. I think it's time to cut you off for good so he can keep prioritizing the two without a cold, cheating cow like you. After this whole mess, Greg has finally divorced Emily and took Molly for full custody. It also seems that Greg hired a lawyer to sue both Emily and his old friend for cheating on him, but to no avail. He also made sure that all of his mutual friends knew about his wife for having an affair with one of his good friends. So the both of them now have to live with the shame and embarrassment. Serves them right. They both tried apologizing to Greg profusely, but none of that swayed him. I can't believe Greg had to go through all of that while still being the best boss to work with. I'm so proud of him and happy that things have ended up this way. Talking with him has become easier and more relaxed after going through all of that, and I'm more productive at work now too. I think that this was the best start of a new friendship between us two, where we're close to one another outside and inside of work. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like the video and leave a comment. See you in the next one.
Oh god, I can't believe I'm doing something like this. You're gonna absolutely hate me for this one, Mom. I need you to understand, though, I don't have a choice. You're my only option left.
What's the matter, Sam? I've never really heard you speak this way before. Is something wrong?
This is bad, Mom. It really is. Honestly, I was thinking about hiding this from you. Maybe I could figure out a way to do this on my own. But I realized it's impossible. I can't live in this town anymore.
Are you serious? I thought you and Nicole were really enjoying yourselves there. Are you saying it's not to your liking anymore? I guess it has a lot of young kids running around these days. I can imagine they're causing quite the ruckus. It's probably not the best neighborhood to live in if you two are considering raising a family or something.
Come on, Mom. The neighborhood's beautiful. I like the number of kids running around here. I like that they're outside doing things together. It's a good community. If I could have it my way, I would live here forever. Except that's not gonna happen. Everything's turned upside down now.
Well, if you really like the area and whatnot, then what's the issue here? Why don't you just stay there?
It's because of the money, Mom. It's because of how much we have to pay to actually be here. It's not within our budget anymore.
I see what's going on. I guess that little drinking addiction of yours has come around again, huh? Every now and then you'll have a relapse. Well, look, I just want you to know that this isn't new. Your father had to go through the same thing. I've had to put up with that a lot of times when he was still alive. This must be something that runs in the family. I know it's hard to resist, son, but you just gotta develop the willpower. You gotta think about what's important here. Do you want to indulge in your own selfish desires, or do you want to prioritize your marriage? I'm telling you right now, Nicole will start hating you if you're doing anything to sabotage the household.
Mom, stop. You're getting way off track here. I haven't been drinking at all. That's not the issue. But you might be right about me sabotaging the household. Maybe that is my fault.
What do you mean?
The thing is, I've already told you about all the things that were going on in my company, right? I told you what I had to put up with. I figured it was high time that I finally changed jobs, got something better. As it happens, I've been putting all of my efforts into doing that. Every day I go to work, come home, and look for more work. After that, I sleep, and it's just rinse and repeat. I've been continuing the same sick cycle for ages now.
I get it. So you found it hard to get a job, huh? You're getting stressed out and it's affecting your work performance.
No, Mom. That's just the thing. I did get a job. I found somewhere different, and it's perfect. The problem is how Nicole reacted to that.
Did she want you to keep your last job? I would have assumed she'd be happy that you changed your job. That means you get a higher salary, right?
You're thinking exactly as she did. I guess I can't blame either of you. That seems to be the image around changing your job. You go to a new company and they offer you a higher competitive salary. The fact of the matter is, I wasn't able to find a place that would let me work on those terms. In fact, I got the exact opposite. I found somewhere that offered me a lower salary.
Are you kidding me right now? They're paying you less!
Yeah, but here's the thing, Mom. This is a really good company. In terms of the working environment and the people, I couldn't ask for anything better. I absolutely love it here. I'd be crazy to think about working anywhere else. What I sacrifice in pay, I make up for being able to operate in a stress-free environment.
I see. Well, if you think that's the best decision to make, then I can't argue with that. I'm pretty sure Nicole would understand, too. So you get a little bit of a dip in your salary. So what? It's not going to drastically affect your lifestyle or anything. You might have to sacrifice a couple of things here and there, but that doesn't mean you can't keep living in that neighborhood. Don't be so glum about things all the time. You're exaggerating your circumstances. It's not as bad as you think it is, especially since Nicole has her job.
You just don't get it, Mom. The thing that I'm trying to say is that Nicole doesn't have her job anymore.
She doesn't? What happened?
Yeah, she quit. She's been waiting for a moment like this forever, it seems. For the past 10 years of our marriage, she's been waiting for an opportunity to finally be free and just stay at home. She figured now was the time that she could actually do that. I finally changed my job, and that would mean an increase in my pay, right? At least that's what she thought. She has no idea that my pay has actually decreased, and she just went off and quit her job without even talking to me about it.
Are you serious? How did you find out about that?
It was soon after I passed my interview. She asked me how it went, and I said that it was looking good. The company was very interested in hiring me. Next thing you know, she just quits her job the next day. She didn't even give them 2 weeks' notice. She just ups and leaves.
Is she even allowed to do that? I wonder how the company she was working for is going to cope.
It hasn't been easy for them, I'll say that.
Well, can't you just tell her how it is? She needs to know that you can't sustain the income you have now. She either has to get back into the job she was originally doing or find a new one.
That's just the thing, Mom. Now that she's had a taste of freedom, she doesn't want to go back to work. She's become incredibly lazy. She doesn't want to do anything. She said it was always her dream to stay home and support her husband. She wanted to have an amazing house and be an amazing wife for him. She didn't want to be working in the first place. From what she told me, she wished she had met me before she began working in that company. That way, she could have been a stay-at-home wife from the very beginning.
I don't know how to feel about that. I don't really feel like Nicole would make a good stay-at-home wife. I don't think she'd be pulling her weight. The better option is to have both of you working.
In all honesty, I feel the same way, but it's so hard to get her into gear. But anyway, look, Mom, at the end of the day, we're absolutely screwed. I mean, I've tried doing this. I've tried supporting the house on my income alone, but I haven't been able to keep up with the rent. Because of that, I knew at some point that we'd be kicked out of the place, and what do you know? What's the first thing I wake up to this morning? An eviction letter in the mailbox.
My poor, poor boy. You're such a hard worker. I wish you didn't have all this stress all the time.
I know. The moment I move to a new company thinking that everything's gonna be sunshine and roses, something like this happens. And now I'm actually forced to make a decision that I'm ashamed of.
What do you mean?
You know how Dad used to be, right? You know how much he talked about me making it out there on my own? Being my own man, not relying on anyone for anything? I should be the type of person that people can rely on. I wonder what he's thinking of me right now. Crying to my mom about how hard things are, crying to her about how I couldn't handle the situation. And now look at me, I actually have to grovel at your feet just to come back home.
What a load of nonsense. Is that really how you feel about this situation? I'm not that type of mother. I'm not the type of person that's just going to push my son away.
I know, Mom, but Dad's gonna be looking down on me with shame. I'm such a loser. How could I let it come to this?
This isn't your fault. You didn't expect Nicole to do something like this, so I don't want you to blame yourself. Sometimes these things happen, and we need someone to lend us a hand. It's not something that we should be ashamed of.
Even so, Mom, I'm intruding on your lifestyle. I know when Dad passed away, you just wanted your peace. You wanted to be on your own and contemplate life, and now Nicole and I are going to be barging in there?
You're looking at this the wrong way. Do you really think I'm the type of mother that would grimace at the fact that her son is coming back home? You have no idea how much I've missed my little boy. I mean, sure, when your father died, I did want some internal peace, but I can't be like that forever. Don't forget that doing this type of thing gets lonely. It'd be good to have some company every now and then. Not only that, but it might be a good chance for you and Nicole to get along with each other.
I'm glad you're able to look at this positively, Mom. I definitely don't have that ability. I guess I take on Dad's pessimistic side, huh?
You're definitely right about that. It's about time you finally saw the bright side of things.
Thanks, Mom. Thank you for everything. I just want you to know that this isn't going to be permanent. This is only a temporary solution. I'm doing everything I can to get out of here. I can screw up once, but I can't do it twice, and I will fix my mistakes. I'm going to find a way to move out as fast as possible. I don't care if it means raising my salary or just finding a cheaper neighborhood to live in. Please, just give me a little bit of time.
Take all the time you want, Sam. I don't want you to feel pressured. You're already stressed about things enough. In the meantime, I'm very excited to have you and Nicole home. It's going to be good to cook for someone apart from myself. Nicole, just what in the world is going on? You've only been living here for 2 weeks and you're pulling something like this. Pulling something like what? Well, why is it that I come home and see contractors trying to size up our place? They're telling me we put in a request to renovate. Apparently they got your authorization for it or something. Can you explain what this is about? Well, yeah, I'm just renovating my home. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? This isn't your home to renovate. Where do you get the idea that you can just come to my house and start changing things around here? And anyway, what type of renovations were you thinking about having in the first place? Gee, I don't know. Let me think about that one. Maybe the whole thing? My whole house? Yeah. I mean, if this place is going to be where your son and I raise a family, then I want it to actually be a decent house. There's no way we're going to live in this piece of crap. Don't you dare call my home a piece of crap. Don't you understand that this is the place my husband built? This has been the family home for my son's whole life. It's been around even before he was born. My husband was the one who helped design it and even gave the workers a hand here and there to build it. So do you mind apologizing for the statement you just made? Look, I don't care if the damn thing was made by Genghis Khan. A turd on the sidewalk is a turd on the sidewalk. Doesn't matter who put it there. What the hell did you just say? Yeah, look. No offense, but I'm surprised you even raised your son here. Can't this be classified as child abuse or something? This place feels like a damn mental asylum. You really got a lot of nerve, don't you? But regardless of what you think about it, I'm not letting you change things around here. I don't want to see people coming into this house trying to renovate it again. You know, you keep saying that over and over. My house, my house, my house. Since when has this place been your house? Why would you ask me something so stupid, Nicole? Ever since it was built, this place has been mine. Yeah, I get that. But your husband died quite recently, right? Yeah? What about it? Okay, well, if that's the case, then he would have let someone take over the house. He would have had a successor. Who do you think that person would be? Me, of course. Actually, no. It's going to be his son. The father gives everything to the son. That's just how it works. It's how it's worked for hundreds of years. It doesn't matter how you put it. This is Sam's place. It's not yours. You're living here out of the goodness of our hearts. You should show us a little bit of respect. Are you trying to play a joke on me or something right now, Nicole? It's meant to be the other way around, isn't it? You're the one who should be grateful for being able to stay here. My son is the one who needed a place to stay. You guys lost your previous home, right? He asked me if I could let you stay here, and that's exactly what I'm doing. You really know how to twist the situation, don't you, Melinda? Don't you realize that he's just making a tactical decision? A tactical decision? Yeah. I know he's doing the right thing by changing jobs and earning a lot of money for it. But just because he's earning a lot of money doesn't mean he can just throw it around willy-nilly. He's gotta be smart with it. Of course, we could have stayed in the place we were originally, but a piece of crap like that isn't worth how much it costs. We could also buy a new place of our own, take out a loan on it and whatnot. That could be another option. But what's the best thing we can do? We can just renovate a place he already owns. We can change this house into the place we want to live in. I have to say, that's my husband for you. He's quite smart. You really have no idea what's going on, do you, Nicole? Is that actually what you think is going on? Do you really think that Sam is earning a lot of money? Well, he has to. He just changed his job. What's the other reason he would do something like that? Do you even know the type of situation he was in, working at his previous company? If you look at the statistics for companies in our area, that one's known for the most reputable for treating their workers like cattle. They've got no regard for each individual person that works there. He was under a lot of stress. Long hours, a million tasks he had to do, and intense pressure from upper management. He didn't move from that company for bigger and better money. He moved so he could actually have a stable peace of mind. Unfortunately, the cost of that is a reduction in his salary. If you ask me, he's probably the smartest one in that company. I don't know why everyone else is sticking around at a place like that, even if the salary is good. Yeah, right. Even if what you're saying is true, I know he's got some plan to make a lot of money. This is him, after all. He's given me the opportunity to quit my own job. Now you listen here. You drove out the contractors today, and that's the last time you do it. I don't want you meddling in the renovations of my home. You got that? This is the last time we talk about this. Nicole, this is the most immature thing anyone has ever done to me in my whole life. How dare you send me out to the shops, take my key, and lock me out of my own home? What the hell is going on here? What choice did you leave me? Look at you constantly driving the contractors away when they're trying to access the house. I can't have you doing that. You need to be punished for your insolent behavior. I want you to stay out there all night. You can come in when my husband comes home.
Yeah, well, thanks to you, I won't be coming home for a while now. I can't believe I have to deal with this. Nicole, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Is that you, Sam?
Yeah, it's me. On a day when I have overtime at work and so many things I need to do, my mother comes to me telling me that you locked her out of the house? She's been banging on the door for hours. Why would you do something like this?
Because she's an absolute witch! She keeps trying to stop us from renovating our own home. I think she's got dementia or something. You really gotta think about putting her in a home. We gotta get her out of here.
The only people that are getting out of that house are us, Nicole.
What did you just say?
Yeah, it's not even our place to begin with. Hasn't my mom told you that I'm not the one who owns it?
Well, of course you are. Your dad died and he passed it on to you. It's only logical.
My dad passed it on to my mom.
He did what now?
Yeah, my dad loved my mom to bits. She was his biggest support his whole life. He had a hard life trying to get a good job and build his own house, and my mom understood that. She supported him every step of the way and didn't ask for one thing from him. She was a really good person. She was a good mother and a good wife, something I wish you could be at some point.
What are you talking about? I'm the best wife there is.
Yeah, whatever. There's a lot that needs to be worked on. But anyway, you know what? We've stayed here long enough. We've harassed her beyond measure, and I had no idea it would come to this. We're out of here.
Come on, Sam, don't say that. This is our home we're talking about. We can't leave. We've even paid for the renovations and everything.
What do you mean we've paid for them?
Well, look, when I was talking with the contractors, we arranged for about $200,000 to renovate the place.
Yeah, okay, like hell we're gonna be paying for something like that.
Well, we have to now. I already made a down payment of $50,000.
You did what now?
Yeah, I took the money from my parents. Now all we have to do is rely on you to earn the remaining $150,000.
So you're telling me that you could get money from your parents and they didn't mind at all?
Of course I can.
Why didn't you tell me about this in the past?
Well, you know, because I wanted to surprise you with this. I wanted you to see the amazing things that I was doing. But guess what? My parents aren't just lending us this money. We're going to have to pay them back too. Isn't this exciting? Who knows what this place is going to turn into? It's going to be amazing. I just know it.
I want you to stay the hell away from me, Nicole.
What did you just say?
Yeah, I need to think about some things.
Think?
Yes, think. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do when I come home tonight, so just let me cool down, and we'll have a chat in the future.
Oh my god, Sam, I don't know what's going on. You seem so angry at me. You don't hate me, do you?
Just give me my space.
Come on, Sam, I was only trying to do the right thing. Please don't be mad.
I said, give me my damn space.
Come on, Sam, you're keeping me on edge now. You guys haven't come back in a week. I'm here all on my own. What's going on? Look, I'm sorry to say, but Sam is still in a bad mood and he doesn't want to talk to you. He's made a decision. What's going to happen, though? What do you mean he's made a decision? Well, if you want that place so much, Nicole, you can have it. I'll move out. That's what you want, right? Oh my god, are you serious? Yeah. In exchange, I'll be moving into your parents' house. I'm sorry, what now? That's right. I'll be moving there, and they're going to be the ones to take care of me. You can't move into my parents' house. There's no room for you. There is if we take down your room. I'm sorry, what did you just say? I told your parents about everything that's been happening. I told them how demanding you are. I told them that you had the audacity to claim that this house was yours. And I also told them how lazy you were. I am not lazy. You definitely are. You would have been a horrible stay-at-home wife. You didn't do anything. You got me to cook for you. You got me to clean the house. And you almost purposely made a mess. Your parents weren't happy to hear that. They said they tried to instill good habits in you, and for a period of time you were doing fine. But it seems like you've gone back to your old ways. I think I could see a vein popping out of your dad's head when he heard this. Oh my god. This can't be happening! You know how my parents are, right? They're crazy! Who knows what they're going to do after this? That's a really good question. What about Sam? Are things going to be okay between him and I? I'm sure you'll get your answer in time. But for now, you're going to have to deal with the wrath of your parents. Nicole was put on full blast after that. I always thought her parents were very calm and docile people. But when I heard them get angry at Nicole, I couldn't help but walk a couple of blocks down the street. Being in that house, listening to her father roar at her was deafening. They arranged for Nicole to come home and take care of me every now and then, repaying me for all those times I had to take care of her. She absolutely hates having to do that, but it's nothing compared to what she has to do outside of those times. You see, my son had a plan. He would stay married to her, but he wanted her to pay off the contractors. She was the one who was going to pay for every cent of it. Eventually, the house was renovated. In all honesty, Sam was really upset about this. He wanted his family home after all. At the same time, it was a good place to raise his own family. After she paid everything off, he let some time pass and finally got the divorce. He kept the house and left her on the streets. After the amount of disrespect she showed towards me, he could never truly accept her as a proper wife. I hear that she's finding it hard to get another partner. She's got issues with respecting the mother of whoever she's seeing. I wouldn't be surprised if she dies alone. As for my son, he's got very good prospects. Having a house is a big plus, so I'm sure he's going to find a good woman in no time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future.